Hello, everyone.
Hi, it is the end of the year.
End of 2024.
Finally.
Yes.
Did you come up with the word yet?
Oh, no.
For 2025?
No, remember when we did that? You've done it. You always.
Yeah, I've done it every year. Yes.
You're the one. She comes up with amazing words.
Well, they always fit.
Yeah.
This one, I haven't come up with one yet, but I think I'm going to reuse an old one.
Are you going to tell us what it is?
Yes, align. Align with my soul's purpose, align with the higher purpose, and you just aligning with my intuition and taking the time to listen.
Mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
And according to Pam Gregory, who's just a very wise and intelligent astrologer and scholar, I was going to say.
Well, and she's been an astrologer for 40 years. She's in England.
And she, she brought it into she brought the experience into this lifetime from other lifetimes.
Anyway.
And according to her, that this is a time for becoming sovereign. And what does that mean? It's the mind, body, spirit aligning to the power within. And it's very exciting because when you listen, it's coming from a lot of different sources to realize the power that we have within, and we no longer have to be dependent on the answers outside of us, because we have all the answers within. So I think align is so perfect.
Right? Yeah. So it's also about, not feeding the control that's out there right now. So for whatever's going on in the outer world, not to turn into that, especially if you're negatively affected by it.
So when they are trying to do things that make you afraid, they are telling us to stay in the heart, feel the energy of love, and come into that quiet space. Ground yourself. I know it's a little bit difficult in the winter. However, even if it's just for a few minutes, to go outside barefoot,
right,
and ground yourself and get the energy from Mother Earth to ground yourself so that you can be in your heart.
Right, be in your heart.
Be in your heart.
And all the planets are aligning for that too. Yes. And the age of Aquarius is finally here. I've been looking forward to this for like 20 years, I swear. And it's all about being in the heart and not the mind. And so we're being supported in the energies, which, we can't see, hear, taste, touch, we can feel it if we tune in. Yes. But it's about taking the time to tune in, whether it's meditation, contemplation,
just making a stillness appointment with yourself. Yes. That's what I had learned from Pam Gregory. And what's fascinating, and I don't know all the qualities of this, but Pluto is going into Aquarius, and it's coming from Capricorn, which was all about limitation and power over and control. And Pluto is going into Aquarius, which is about fluidity and sovereignty and alignment. And Pluto has not been in Aquarius since 1798. So this is the first time in 2 centuries. And I'm so grateful, and I feel so privileged to be here at this time. And I know that we chose to be here at this time to usher in this new era of really realizing the power within, and that's what we're all about.
Well, yeah, it's exactly with Tim, our Tim Makeup Company.
In our lifestyle, really tuning in, being aware of how you're feeling.
And also that everything that it doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. So I have a really quick story that I want to tell about what has enabled me to slow down, take the time, really go inward. Was that we were getting ready to attend our 3rd Joe Dispenza workshop. So the 2nd advanced workshop, it was in the beginning of September 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And we were preparing, and I noticed that I had a bug bite on my leg, and I thought it was a mosquito bite. And that was just about 48 hours before we were leaving to go. And so the next day I realized it wasn't a mosquito bite because it had gotten deeper and bigger and, really red. And so I went to the pharmacy, got an antibiotic. The pharmacist told me, just use a topical antibiotic. And he said that I may need to go on antibiotics. That, it was most likely, and I had surmised that it was most likely a spider bite.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrapped it up, and my daughter had made an herbal poultice for it. And so I had it all wrapped up. And then the next day we were flying.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the thought before I went to sleep, should I go or should I stay home, because of the spider bite? And all of the messages that came to me was there's medical attention there. I don't have to stay
Mm-hmm.
home. I'm not going to miss this opportunity to strengthen my meditation practice and to be in the love of Joe Dispenza and all those 1,500 other people that were going to be there in Marco Island in Florida at the beginning of September. Right on the ocean, beautiful resort. And so I went. And so as soon as we registered that day, it was Tuesday, I went to the nurse and showed her my bug bite. And so she drew a circle around it. She said, if the redness goes outside of the circle, you're going to have to go to urgent care. So of course, and you have to check in with me every day. Not only that, we're going to give you a zero gravity chair to sit in the lecture room.
Mm-hmm.
And you're also going to become a Healy. So I was one of several Heelys that were the subject of the healings,
the coherent
healings that we learned how to do. And so the next morning we went and I sat in the zero gravity chair. We did the first lecture, meditation. Then I went to check in with the nurse. And she said, oh, no, she goes, you have to go to urgent care because it's come outside the circle. So that was an adventure, going to an urgent care. We actually had to go into, there wasn't one open on Marco Island. So we had to go to, what was the closest? Naples. And so the PA there told me that she prescribed the antibiotic. And she said, that something about skin grafts. I remember that. I know for a brown recluse spider bite, you have to get skin grafts. So I was just praying and hoping and also, getting into the mindset that this was going to heal. And so it was a 3-day event. So we went back to the event, then did 2 more days. And it was interesting because the nurse on the 3rd day, on the last day, I felt better and I could tell that it was getting better.
It was.
And Deanna, was my witness that it was getting better. And so I went to her and I'm like, I'm really excited. It's getting better. She goes, oh no. She goes, you're going to have to go to the hospital when you get back to your hometown because you have to go in the hospital and have 24-hour antibiotics for a few days, a couple of days. And I was determined that I wasn't going to do that. Not only because I didn't want to be in the hospital, but also because I'm self-pay when you have an $8,000 deductible. And so I was determined I was going to heal. And fortunately, it kept getting better and better that week.
Although that day, I do want to, may I interject, that she went from up here being in the quantum field, really believing in the self-healing and the healing capabilities of the body and how intelligent the body is. And then when she saw the nurse who works with Dr. Joe, this nurse was not aligned with Dr. Joe, and she brought what she said, what brought Deborah Wee down here, and she went from looking vibrant and feeling great to like really sad and upset, and it was for me, it was challenging for me because there was nothing I could do.
Well, and it was my lesson, and when Deanna pointed that out to me too, I had to go within myself and I had to feel my own power within me. We were going into a meditation right after that happened. And I cried through the whole meditation. And then, then I think we had another meditation after that. And so I got better throughout the day. And then that night we went into the ocean and we spent time in the ocean and we met a wonderful woman that we really connected with and had great conversations with her. And then we observed there was a situation going on where there was a husband and wife. We had seen them at the meditations and lectures. They were part of the Joe Dispenza group. The man was, I think he was paralyzed from his waist down. So he was in a wheelchair. And they were actually floating in the ocean when we went in. And Deanna looked out there and she goes, what, are those buoys? And I said, no, it's 2 people floating.
Because it was sunset.
Yeah, sunset. And so I saw the woman go back to the beach and get the wheelchair. and bring it to the water. And then he made it to the wheelchair, swimming, and the waves were big and they couldn't get him on the wheelchair. And so we started going toward them, and I asked if they wanted help. They wanted help. And so between the three of us, and then another man came running over to help them get on, and I thought about, oh my God, that my little spider bite is nothing compared to the challenges that this man has, this man and his wife have. And it really, it was just such a pivotal moment for me to see that and to really appreciate my own health and my own healing abilities. And so that, that was, like I said, and there's always signs all around us. And just to be open to that. So fast forward a couple more weeks, I started having weird symptoms. And then my neck and back hurt. I went and went to a wonderful massage therapist here in Rochester, and who is Michelle Merkel. She's also a client of ours. And she gave me one of the best massages I've ever had. My back felt better. I scheduled another one at the end of the week, and I had her focus on my neck. Well, that was the worst thing to do, because it was that night I had started having electrical impulses in my head, and they were just coming fast and furiously.
And her body would
twitch. I would go like,
because it was so painful.
It was very painful. And so I just had to go to bed. And Deanna helped me. I couldn't have I could only have a sheet on. I was just so sensitive from the top of my head down to my hips. Well, my daughter Sam, who is very educated on the medical medium information, started looking in his Brain Saver book and discovered that I had cranial nerve inflammation. And so we started on the vitamin protocol right away, ordered the vitamins that we didn't have. So it was about 12 days of a 9-10 pain level. Deanna and Sam were supporting me through that. There's nothing the medical industry could do for me except for prescribe opioids and antidepressants, which I would not put into my body.
And you did a lot of research during that time and found out that cranial nerve inflammation could be caused by a spider bite.
Yeah, all I had to do was look up causes of cranial nerve inflammation, and spider bite was one of them. So anyway, it's been a 3-month process. I also went to the EE system at Inner Sage in Pittsford, which is an energy healing system. Deanna's going to bring up a flyer right now. And this also helped me get through long COVID, which I conquered in 2023 this summer. So this was my 2024 experience. And so I went there. I've gone every week for about 4 or 5 weeks for 2 hours. And now I'm just doing every other week because I'm so much better. And we also have our infrared sauna here, which helps with inflammation. So I've also had those too. So there's so much alternatively that we can do. And we don't always have to turn to prescriptions for healing because we do have the power within ourselves.
And that was just proof of it.
It is. And everything
it was not easy.
No, it wasn't easy.
It was hard.
No, but when we go within ourselves, and the thing is that I had the information. I had the medical medium information, and I had the Joe Dispenza information and practice.
Yes.
So I was even too sick to even meditate, but I would listen to Yoga Nidra meditations, and that really helped me. When you wake up in the middle of the night and you can't get back to sleep, and or you're just going to sleep. So,
and we'll put the link to the Yoga Nidra down
in
below.
The description, as well as the EE system.
Yes, and a Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation from YouTube, as you'll see. So the biggest takeaway, Deborah, from this experience is what?
Oh, just that we do have the power within ourselves to heal, but it does take time. It's not
courage.
Not an instant overnight, take a pill and I feel better. But courage, but also support. I have 2 communities of Dr. Joe Dispenza and medical medium, and my own sister and daughter were the most amazing support. And so that, and I would tell people, I would say that things don't happen to us, they happen for us. And so it all depends on how we deal, in the moment with the circumstance, and then how we feel about it looking back on it. in that I was never a victim.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so when you stay out of that mindset, you can go inward and find the courage. And the information, it's all at our fingertips. It really is. And you just have to ask questions.
That's a part of the movement also. The change in the energies is going from victimhood to self-empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
So we're right along aligned with that. So we've got some exciting news for 2025. Lots of things coming up. One is that we are going to be getting the information out there about doing a marketing focus group. So we're going to ask for between 6 to 12 volunteers of women 60 years old and 50 years old and over. And it's going to be a month-long focus group. So we're going to be giving you all the information. So start thinking about if it's something that you want to apply for, or if you know someone in your life that would like to apply for that. And it is revolved around the Tim makeup ritual. And we've been doing a lot of new things to support the energy effect of taking this 5 minutes and to do this self-love ritual every day. So be on the lookout for that in the first couple of weeks of January.
It's changing people's lives.
It is.
So we're going to do a focus group. So we have photos and videos, and that we can put that out on marketing. So if you even think that you want to be in our focus group, one of the things that you will receive is a free kit.
Yes.
A free makeup kit, which is a $250 to $300 value.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just going to ask you to monitor and do videos and have your picture taken and everything. So if that's something you're interested in, give us a call and leave us a message, right here on YouTube, and we'll contact you.
Yes, just comment in the comments down below.
I'm interested.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing lifestyle classes.
Yes.
So that's going to start end of January. That we'll have our first lifestyle class. Is always going to be about the alignment
and what you put in your body
and what you put into your mind,
mm-hmm.
and the physical exercise and how to completely transform your life and to take the power that you have within you and use it for your highest and best good, which is for the highest and best good of everyone.
Yeah, because there's a ripple effect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's very exciting. We're so exciting. Everything is new. Everything has changed. Even our set, our new yellow chairs. These are our power chairs. Love the new colors. I've never would have chose this. And we have really, really exciting news, but we can't talk to you about yet. Coming up in early 2025, first quarter 2025. So excited for to share all of this newness and these tools that you can put into your toolbox to learn self-empowerment.
Yes.
And become who you were meant to be in this lifetime.
Yeah, and also to be in a community of soul sisters,
mm-hmm.
Which is what we're creating here.
Yes.
And so we're really excited to do this and put it out there and have a most peaceful, calm, still, holiday season. And remember to make the appointments with yourself for stillness.
Yes.
Stillness appointments, and not, and to focus on that.
Yeah,
right.
And to really focus on keeping your vibration high. And you can do that by doing what makes you feel good. I mean, Deborah and I just before lunch went out for a beautiful walk on the trail, and we came back and we were so energized.
Mm-hmm.
And so do little things like that makes such a big difference, and you just feel really good. And there's nothing more important than feeling great.
Right.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Look forward to lots more in 2025.
Yay.
Mwah.
Bye.